All right, it says we live. I'm gonna check the feed. Shalom out there.
No, we're good.
Are we good? All right, hey, shalom. Shalom, shalom. We are the brothers of the branch of GMS Charlotte. All right. And before we get started with this live lesson, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect. All right. Back at you with another live lesson. All right. Through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. All right. We're going to get into this thing. This is news and prophecy. Destruction cometh. They shall seek peace. There will be none. All right. And this is written in Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, which we'll touch eventually in this lesson. But nevertheless, we hope and pray that this lesson is edifying. We're going to get into a few things. We'll be all over the place, but, enough talking. Let's get right into it. All right. Because as we're going to make in this lesson, the point we're going to emphasize is keep your eyes open out there, man. All right. A lot is going on. So let's share the screen real quick.
May I get a quick precept?
You got it, brother.
To add to what you said.
Yep.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we know that these days are progressively going to get worse and worse. As Kwame Wolf always says, the times are going to get worse before they get worse. You know, there's no reverting back to the quote unquote good old ways. You know, this is the end of Babylon the Great, America, man. Mm-hmm. And this exit is going to be a monstrous way of closeout. Okay. It's going to be full of evils, perils, as the scriptures say. So that's why, as Zaquan has said, you have to remain circumspect and mindful of these times and seasons that we're in.
That's right, brother. Like you said, the end of this thing is going to be monstrous. It's going to go out with epic proportions, man. All right. And we're here to tell you that it's not going to get better. It's not going to be any type of peace. All right. But you have to understand these things according to the will of the Lord and embrace your mind, body, and spirit for the transition. All right. So let's get into it. All right. Let me share this screen. Bear with me. Let's talk about these distractions real quick. All right. Yo, brother, see the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get it. Just opening up with this video that we spoke on before.
A good many of us do not have a clear picture of what the CIA does. I think many of us believe it is an intelligence gathering agency, that it gets information. That information becomes intelligence, and then it passes it on to key areas in the government. Is that an accurate impression? Well, it is. It's my view, and it's supportable by all the evidence we see in the Church Committee report, High Committee report, and other collateral information. The CIA is not an intelligence agency. It's a corporate action agency. Corporate action being overthrowing or supporting foreign governments. Another part of corporate action is disinformation. And the American people, in my estimation, are the primary target audience of the agency's disinformation operation. And I view Vietnam, the entire Vietnam War, was brought to us and sold to us by agency disinformation operations. When I say us, I mean the American people. Well, that had to be done, of course, through the press. How else would one reach the American public? Well, how does the CIA develop its relationship with the press? Well, it happens on many levels in many different ways. It could be a director of agency contact with the publisher, or it could be a lower level agency employee with a lower level person, or managing editor, or it could be hiring agency people, and placing them in the news organization, or it could be giving information to a reporter and winning his goodwill. It could be just a friendship sort of basis. It sort of covers the skein of relationships that you can have, in any social situation. This relationship demands participation on the part of the press, though, does it not? Of course. Well, how does it participate? It can participate in many ways. It can publish articles that the agency wants published. Knowingly publish it because the CIA wants it done, or unknowingly? Well, both. Unknowingly, most of the time, I would guess. And sometimes the information is passed to a reporter as valid information, a good scoop, if you will, when it's just planted propaganda. So the agency uses the press in numerous ways to achieve its, what I call, illusion building properties. When you were
man, you see, illusion building properties, man. So as you were hearing, all right, pretty much the feds are behind a lot of these distractions and propaganda, and all these things are being thrown at the people right now. All right, because the main thing, a part of these distractions and psyops and enchantments, is to keep people's minds away from Bible prophecy. All right, to keep the people in a state of confusion. All right, that's the point we're going to get in here too, because this artificial intelligence, which we're going to play a clip real fast. There was a commercial that came on TV yesterday, which is pretty heavy. All right, because it's a point we want to make. It's not a matter of if it's going to happen, but when is it going to happen? Okay, which is prophecy. So keep your eyes open. Okay, people, we getting hit with a lot of shit right now, man. All right, the folly behind this campaign run with Trump, Biden. All right, the rituals that's going on in the music industry, the spells that are being cast. All right, I believe the beginning of this month of May is like a very high holy, not holy, satanic holiday. I forgot the name of it, but it's a lot of shit happening, man. So we're in the spirit. We have the eyesight to see, so we're gonna be glued to the prophecies, man. The scriptures say to measure the time diligently within itself, and we measure it by what? The scriptures, man. Y'all brothers got anything y'all can add in?
Yeah, I wanted to add the point to what the elder has said, referencing May Day, which is May the 1st, when the Illuminati was erected.
God, exactly, and that's the point. So we gotta be on point more than ever now, man, because this devil, he's about to reach all the way in his bag. He's coming with the shit, man, and that's what we're gonna pretty much highlight in this lesson. There's a lot of things going on. Many people are seeking for peace, as the scriptures say, but they're not going to find any. All right, America is on its way out. We're witnessing the last days of Babylon the Great. All right, y'all brothers got anything else?
I got a quick one.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9 in the NLT. It reads, "This man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. He will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction, because they refuse to love and accept the truth that would save them."
That's right.
That's the elders been going into. They're using, they're getting in their bag, man. Esau's bag of tricks is deep, and we're about to see the full extent of it, man. They're using every kind of evil deception to play on the minds of people, man, to put these enchantments on the minds of the people so that they lose it, man. So that they're easily controlled when they bring out this MOTB, man, when they crash this economy, right? So all the people can be corralled and controlled, man.
Exactly. That's what it's about, to distract the minds of the people from the coming collapse of this economy. All right, the famines, the food shortages, all right, the class wars, right? It's all to keep the people in that state of perplexity, man, confusion. And like, here it is. This is a quote from former CIA director William James Casey, all right, from 1981, I believe. And he said, quote, "We'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the U.S. public believes is false." See what I'm saying? And that's through what? As we saw in the beginning of the video, it's all through the distractions, all right, the psyops, the enchantments, because it's getting to a point, especially with, like, we're going to touch on this AI. This AI is making things real real unclear, because you can't really you can't really tell what's real and fake anymore, man. right? Remember, the feds talked about utilizing AI for warfare, man. You know, to have the advantage. So a lot of shit is happening, Jake. So you got to keep your spiritual eyes open. So let's make that point. All right. Okay, so this came on TV the other day. So check this out, and we're gonna grab some scriptures. All right.
Call the 2024 presidential race for Joe Biden.
The Republican Party have released a wild AI-generated political ad in response to Joe Biden announcing his run for re-election. So I'm going to show you this ad. It is just, honestly, when I first watched it, I laughed out loud at how ridiculous the entire thing is, but it's right in line with what these people do. First, let me show you quickly here Biden's announcement on Twitter. I'm not going to play the video. It's 3 minutes long, but it's a video. I'll link to it below if you care to watch it. Joe Biden writing here, or at least his campaign team writing here. Every generation has a moment where they have had to stand up for democracy, to stand up for their fundamental freedoms. I believe this is ours. That's why I'm running for re-election as president of the United States. Join us. Let's finish the job. Now, Axios broke the story about the first look at the AI-generated ad, writing that the RNC has produced this video that is 100% AI, according to a spokesperson. Let's check it out.
This just in, we can now call the 2024 presidential race for Joe Biden.
This morning, an emboldened China invades Taiwan. Financial markets are in free fall as 500 regional banks have shuttered their doors.
Border agents were overrun by a surge of 80,000 illegals yesterday evening.
Officials closed the city of San Francisco this morning, citing the escalating crime and fentanyl crisis.
Who's in charge here? It feels like the train is coming off the tracks.
Okay, I laughed again. That was wonderful. So absolutely ridiculous. Let me go over what they focus on here in this fake future, AI-generated future of China invading Taiwan. This is, by the way, just the whole premise is kind of hilarious because they're imagining Biden winning a second term. So I guess that means they failed. But essentially here, putting it on the voters, scaring the voters. Oh, you have to vote because if Biden wins again, well, what if China invades Taiwan? Do you want Trump in control of that?
Let's make a point real quick, man. All right. So it doesn't really matter who the hell is president, man. And that's the thing with you Edomites. Right? It doesn't matter who's in office, man. The will of the Lord, the will of Yahweh Shema Shai has been sanctioned on Babylon the Great. This place is going to be destroyed. All right. Like I said, it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, but when is it going to happen? All right. And, you know, this is the pride of Esau. Let me get a quick scripture real fast. All right. This is Psalm. Okay. Straight to the point. This is Psalms chapter 10. Psalm chapter 10 and verse 6. And it reads, it says, He saith in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And that's the mindset of Esau, that he will never be moved, that he'll never fall, he'll never see adversity. You know, like he's saying, it's a joke. You know, all these people are pushing, there's nothing but fear mongering, this, that, and the third. But we're here to tell you, according to the will of our power, all right, Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, it's lights out. All right. Right, real quick, let me read that in the NLT. Right, Psalms 10 and 6. All right, same verse in the NLT. This is the mindset of you Edomites, you so-called white people, man. And that's why you're in for a rude awakening. All right. Psalms 10 and 6 in the NLT, it says, they think nothing bad will ever happen to us. We will be free. We will be free of trouble forever. You see what I'm saying? And that's the Edomite, man. Okay. We're literally watching his society collapse right before him, man. Okay. Hey, you never know, man. This thing, hey, they may not make it to the next so-called presidency going into next year. A lot of things can happen between now and then. You see what I'm saying? You have something up.
Con, you got something?
Con, you can get yours if you got.
Con. Isaiah 46 and 10. Declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Okay. Adding to the elder's point, right? It doesn't matter who's in control of the government. All right. What matters is the counsel of the Lord, and the council's decree, the decree of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is for Babylon the Great, which is America, to be destroyed, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of people out here that may not even be versed in the scriptures that will acknowledge that America is Babylon the Great.
That's right.
Okay. And if you understand that the scriptures are faithful and true, then you know that destruction is going to come to America. And we're living in the latter days of Babylon the Great.
Mm-hmm. Heavy. And this was a this was an artificial intelligence generated commercial, man. Just showing you how real this shit is getting, man. And we know, as we've been calling it out for the longest, that this whole setup with this technology is going to be used for deceit to frame the men of the Lord. All right, to bring persecution against the true prophets. All right, God, you go ahead.
God, this is Isaiah 47 and verse 7, and it reads, "And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it." Because these devils know, that their kingdom is ending, man. They can see the downfall coming, but they're trying to, prolong it as long as they can, man. But we understand that through prophecy, it's not gonna last, man. Right? And this is what they're not considering, is that no matter how hard they fight, no matter how hard they push, toward forward in their wicked devices, man, they're never gonna be able to fulfill them, man.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
And I
got
had
all
one
these.
more.
Oh, Salaki, I just wanted to add to you, Cornwall. If you got all these
Kind of
gun-toting Edomites, right? These six-pack Joe Edomites, right? Bible Belt Edomites, Constitution thumpers that are gun-ho about trying to take back America and reframe the foundations of America to how they were former.
Right.
But they don't take into account the judgments that's going to come because of all the atrocities and the abominations, the wickedness, the vile acts that are done in the midst, man.
That's it.
These Edomites don't have no accountability whatsoever. And they're trying to, like as the brother Cornwall said, prolong the judgment, man.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want that. They don't want to lose Babylon. They don't want to lose their hegemony, and it's understandable. Right? But this is, again, it's all the will of the Lord, man. Babylon is just it's through.
That's right.
God.
And like we said before, these Edomites that get on these platforms, that they'll laugh about it. They'll try to put it on this act like it's not bothering them, but in the back of their minds, they know that this could very well be it for them. All right, that this is the end of their dominion, But that pride in them won't allow them to fully admit it. You see what I'm saying?
God.
You have some point of while. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. Can you hear me?
Okay, come on. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, bring out your precept.
It's like it. This Psalm or Proverbs 24 and verse 19. Just you said America's light's about to be put out, right? It's Proverbs 24 and 19. It reads, "Fret not because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked, for there shall be no reward to the evil men. The candle of the wicked shall be put out." And you read in the NLT, it says, "Evil people have no future. The light of the wicked will be snuffed out." So, despite Esau's, jovial appearance, they understand that they have no future, man. And they're trying to fight off as long as they can. But prophecy, says otherwise, man.
That's right. Let's play some more.
Is that going to improve the situation? Or financial markets will be in free fall, like the pandemic under Donald Trump, or the financial collapse under Republicans in 2008. Madness at the border. They had to throw some xenophobia in there, for good measure. This is just so ridiculous. And really, they don't need AI to put their message forward here. This is stuff that, their base would already believe, regardless, because they believe anything they're told. It's all about scaring people. Notice how there is nothing here about what the Republican Party is offering. No policies, not even any hope here.
Because it doesn't matter. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. All right? It's not fear-mongering. It's just the prophecies. It's just the truth. You see what I'm saying? See, these Edomites really think that there's a solution for, you know, the problems here, man. They actually think that there's a way to restore America. It's not going to happen. Okay, let's get this scripture real quick. All right, as we said, you know, the destruction cometh. They shall seek peace, but there should be none. All right. So this is Ezekiel 7. All right, Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 23, and it reads, it says, make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. Now, we know in this chapter is dealing with the Israelites, but you can apply this to America too. All right. It says, make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes. All right. Everything imaginable goes on in the streets of Babylon, America, man. All right. How was this place established? Off the blood of the saints. Right. For the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. All right. We're in a time where the scriptures say that the love of many shall wax cold. All right. Murders, violence, all these things are increasing in these last days, man. All right. The city is full of violence. It says, wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. Now the Lord, and we know, according to Isaiah 47, all right, this place is no longer going to be regarded as tender and delicate. So the Lord is going to allow those nations to come over here and invade this land. All right. There's going to be an invasion of this of America. World War III. The Lord said he was going to bring the worst of the heathen. They shall possess their houses. Right? Martial law, UN troops, Gurger troops. Right? It says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there should be none. You see that? So this is what we're here to tell you. All right? The prophets of before, hold Jeremiah 28. You already know Jeremiah 28 and 8. All right? We'll read this again. Ezekiel 7 and 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace. And that's really the mindset of the majority of America. Everybody is really seeking peace. All right? Coming out of this so-called demic. All right? You see what's happening, financial straits. People think that this thing is going to bounce back. All right? People see that Biden ain't doing shit, so they actually, now you got niggas leaning on Trump. You know? Everybody's seeking some type of peace, but there should be none. All right? We're telling you that the situation is not going to change but get worse. Right? Give me that real quick at Jeremiah 28 and 8.
Okay. This is Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
There you go. War, evil, and pestilence. This is what the former prophets always spoke about. And it's the same thing that the prophets are doing in this generation, in this time now, man. All right. We're prophesying unto you the wars, the evils, and the pestilence, all these things that you're seeing happening on the earth right now. All right. It says, verse 26. All right, Ezekiel 7 and 26. It says, mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest and counsel from the ancients. Because people are going to want to seek answers. All right. And we are coming in that time of what? Of the famine of the word. All right. The Lord is about to wrap it up. All right. I just want to read this in the NLT and I'll pass it to you, brothers, or we'll go back to the video. But this is in the NLT. All right. Same verse. It says, calamity will follow calamity. Rumor will follow rumor. They will look in vain for a vision from the prophets. They will receive no teaching from the priest and no counsel from the leaders. You see that? Because that's the time we coming in, man. All right. The Lord is getting ready to close up shop on you niggas, man.
Right.
You know, you got it out.
Yeah, because when all the games is done, Creflo Dollar ain't gonna have no answers for niggas, man.
Nope.
Fair con artists ain't gonna have no answers for niggas, man.
Nope.
You know, all of the strengths that Jake has built themselves here in Babylon, as the scriptures say in Isaiah the 30th chapter, is going to lead to your shame and confusion, man. You trusting in Pharaoh, you trusting in Egypt. This is all going to lead to your shame and confusion, because when all of the distractions is out the way and you in the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, none of that shit that you was cleaving to is going to be a benefit if you weren't cleaving to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, Baba Kushal Zaquan, could you rewind a little bit where he was talking about how he's talking about there's no hope?
Yeah, I got you. All right.
They had to throw some xenophobia in there, for good measure. This is just so ridiculous. And really, they don't need AI to put their message forward here. This is stuff that their base would already believe, regardless, because they believe anything they're told. It's all about scaring people. Notice how there is nothing here about what the Republican Party is offering. No policies, not even any hope here. Like it's at least.
Could you pause it? God, this because he said there's no hope here, right? It's
right.
Amos 5:20 in the NLT. Yes, the day of the Lord will be dark and hopeless, without a ray of joy or hope. So that's what's coming to this place, man. Esau can't see it. He's in denial right now, right? He's still clinging on to the good old days. But these are the times that are to come, man. Darkness, like in the King James Version, it says even very dark and no brightness in it, man. There's no hope. There's no ray of light. There's no escape, from the judgment, man.
Come on, man. This the point of no return. You had somebody, Tazawan?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
This is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. All right, because we understand the times and seasons that we're in.
That's
we're
right.
measuring the times diligently within itself, looking at the news, and then referencing the scriptures as the measuring stick. Right. Verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Because when we look at the state of the world right now, it's in a state of calamity. It's in a state of disarray.
Right.
Right. And everyone is trying to push for hope, peace, right? Unity. A bunch of false hope.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, the destruction is going to come. And it's going to be inescapable. All right. Just as the brother had read the precept, right? It's utter darkness, man.
That's right.
It's inescapable. You're not going to pivot, sidestep the prophecies, by trying to speak good words on a YouTube channel. No, that's not how it works, man. Again, you have to understand the will of the Lord, man.
Right.
When you get down to it, man, America needs to be destroyed. This place is a fucking cancer to the whole Earth's existence, man.
Okay. That's right. And see, you true believers out there in Yahweh Shema Shai, you see how crucial it is to be given the eyesight to spiritually see, what else, the things that people can't see, the rest of the world, like Yahweh Shai said that in Matthew 13, right? Can you get that for me out? Matthew 13.
Yeah, I was going there right now. Matthew 13.
Where he said that righteous men and kings desire to see the things that you see, right?
Matthew's chapter 13. I'll get straight to the point. Matthew 13:17. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see.
See, that's why I said you got to understand that's how crucial it is to have this wisdom. As we said before, this wisdom is our advantage. All right. We see and understand things more than the rest of the world does. You see what I'm saying? The Lord has given us the eyesight, man. All right. He's revealed those mysteries unto us. Go ahead.
God. And have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. Keep going. Oh, it's Quan frozen. I'll read it from the top again. Matthew 13:17. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. Okay. Again, the point that we have the eye salve to see these things, and the world doesn't. You know, this world, they'll look at this truth, as crazy, but it's because they don't have the eye salve to see it, man. We see all these things coming to pass clear as day, and it's inescapable, it's unavoidable,
Okay.
Quanawaf, could you was you holding something?
No, I just got an article real quick, but I can give what you need.
Could you grab Revelations 3:18 right quick?
Okay. Let's look at Revelation chapter 3 and verse 18. I counsel thee to buy me of gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed.
Right. Buy gold tried in the fire, right? That thou mayest be rich. And that's the truth. Putting on that white raiment, having the true holy covering, right? So that you could be blameless in the day of judgment. Okay. Having the whole understanding of this truth, man. Okay. Keep going.
And that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear.
Right. The shame of thy nakedness do not appear, man. Again, so you could be held, so that you could be held not accountable for your actions, man, done in this body and in your previous lives, man.
Right.
Keep reading.
It reads, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve that thou mayest see.
And anoint thine eyes with eye salve that thou mayest see. Okay. Because you want to be able to see these things, man. We're in the last days, and a lot of people are oblivious to what the hell is going on. Okay. You want to be able to see these things, man. We're in the last days.
Salakia. All right. Yeah, they cut me off, man. Crazy. So Salakia, now y'all brothers was going in. Salakia. Finish your point. And I'll jump back in there.
No. That was a point right there. We was just flowing, with linking up Matthew 13 with Revelations 3:18.
Got you, brother.
Having the eye salve.
Exactly. So anyway, let's go back and finish that real quick. Salakia, they like to mess with me on this damn StreamYard. So let's go back and share the screen real quick. So bear with me. Esau like to make shit difficult. All right. So we'll finish that video off. All right, cool.
Already believe, regardless, because they believe anything they're told. It's all about scaring people. Notice how there is nothing here about what the Republican Party is offering. No policies, not even any hope here. Like it's at least throw, I don't know, some rhetorical hope out there, but it's just pure fear. Because they understand how their voting base operates. They think so poorly of them that they know they can scare them into voting. So, as Vice writes here, the GOP AI ad might be imagining a future dystopia, but it's one that's intended audience already believes, as I said, we live in today. Americans don't need AI-generated images to imagine they're being overrun by immigrants and that their cities have devolved into anarchy, just like they don't need deepfakes to believe lies about Nancy Pelosi. And that last point is about, back in 2019, Trump tweeted a video of Nancy Pelosi that was altered to make her look and sound drunk by slowing down the speed of the video to 75%.
Right. So like we were saying, man, all right, before I got cut off, this AI, the psyops, the distractions are going to get even more crazier. All right. So we got to be operating with the whole armor of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what this Edomite is saying, all right, this is prophecy. Let's play that part again. Hold on. Let's just go back to that video.
If I can add, Zaquan, that's why the scriptures stress the importance of never trusting your enemy, man. And to know who your enemy is, man. This devil, we're in the times, man, where this devil is trying to come down with great wrath. Okay. He is well aware of what's at stake, his dominion and rulership. All right, this being his latter end. Okay, James 2:19 tells you, all right, that the devils know as well and tremble. Okay, knowing that they understand the truth, man.
Mm-hmm.
They know the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They know that he's coming back with the heavenly host. All right, the chariots of the Lord. Okay, and they're going to utilize every mean available at their disposal to weaponize to come against us, man. That's why the elder, as he said from the beginning, you have to remain circumspect. It's too much shit going on to just get cast away on the side, man.
God.
Right.
Way too much shit going on, man. Right? Because the inevitable is not going to be stopped. Let's just go back and play that. Hold on. All right. Quick little video. All right.
Person. Let's check it out.
This just in, we can now call the 2024 presidential race for Joe Biden.
This morning, an emboldened China invades Taiwan. Financial markets are in free fall as 500 regional banks have shuttered their doors.
Border agents were overrun by a surge of 80,000 illegals yesterday evening.
Officials closed the city of San Francisco this morning, citing the escalating crime and fentanyl crisis.
Who's in charge here? It feels like the train is coming off the tracks.
See? So it's not a matter of what if, all right, but a matter of when it's going to happen, all right? Isaiah 24. Okay, everything that was shown is going to happen. The financial collapse, the invasion of Taiwan, crime increasing, okay, martial law, right? The full breakdown of this society. Isaiah 24 and verse 7, and it reads, it says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, and all the merry-hearted do sigh, all right? The mirth of the tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth. The joy of the harp ceases, man. All the merry, all the folly, all that's dead. The bread and circus is dead. All right. They should not drink wine with the song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. All right. So you're not going to be able to run the drugs. You're not going to be able to run to the bottle. All right. to do away with the shit that you're going through, man. The hard times, the evil. Okay.
Hey, Zaquan, if I could add right quick, I was in the store. I was in the grocery store talking to a Jake in the customer service. And, I was just like, joking with him, like, damn, all this stuff expensive. He was like, man, all this shit expensive, but people not going to stop buying it. He was talking about like the cigarettes and shit behind the counters.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, like these people, they're using all these drugs to escape from reality, man. So when you don't have access, as the elder said, when you don't have access to the wine, your pills, your weed, man, people are going to go ape shit crazy.
Okay.
There's no escape. You're going to have to sit in that bitch and acknowledge reality, finally.
That's right. Isaiah 24:10, it says, the city of confusion is broken down. That's America. All right. Babal in the Hebrew, confusion. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. All right. You got the businesses closing down, lack of jobs, lack of work, etc. It says that there is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right. And this is where we're at in prophecy. Okay. And truth be told, a lot of these Edomites, especially these so-called Republican Edomites, they know exactly where America is headed. This is why they're buying up all the guns and ammunition. Right. This is why they're preparing, by practicing in the woods, the gun ranges, because they know that this thing is going to take off in the streets. Right. It says the city is left in desolation and the gate is smitted with destruction. All right. And that's what it is. Right. So moving on. All right. There's another point I want to make. All right. As we talked about how the Lord is getting ready to withdraw his spirit. All right. Dealing with this Tucker Carlson situation from Fox News. You also had, all right, that Don Lemon. He got fired from CNN. All right. But pretty much what's going on right now, these elites are removing everybody that's pretty much in opposition of their agenda. All right. Anybody that's speaking truth, that's coming against the grain, so to speak. All right, they're getting them out the way because ultimately this is all to get at the prophets, man. All right, the famine of the word, to demonize us, to get rid of the Bible. All right, to make it a crime for pushing the truth, for reading the scriptures. All these things are coming into effect, right? So it says here, this is from the westernjournal.com. It says recent Carlson speech proves prophetic, right? There's a heavy price to be paid for telling the truth. Ooh, that's spiritual, right? And scriptures talk about that, man. When you tell the truth, you become a prey, right? Let me jump down. Okay, there's a heavy price to pay for telling the truth, and that's the time we in, man. All right, the censorship, the disinformation, all these things to get rid of any type of truth that's out there, right?
Yep.
There's in one case someone who I made fun of on television, and certainly in my private life in vulgar ways, who was really the embodiment of everything I found repulsive, who in the middle of COVID decided, no, I'm not going along with this. And once you say one true thing and stick with it, all kinds of other true things occur to you. The truth is contagious. Lying is, the truth is as well. And the second you decide to tell the truth about something, you are filled with this, I don't want to get supernatural on you, but you are filled with this power from somewhere else. Try it. Tell the truth about something. You feel it every day. The more you tell the truth, the stronger you become.
Now, real quick, let's play this real fast, all right? Because hey, as brothers already know, all right. Hey, Tucker Carlson ran into the true prophets. Let's play that, right? Wonder he's getting all that information, that energy from, right?
It's bad for you because you're going to the slave list. I'm cutting to the chase because you're an Edomite. What's your nationality? That's not a nationality. What's your national origin? Okay, what was your father? Was he Irish? Okay, so I guess he may be Irish, right? Not Irish. Is he Jewish? Well, you better hope that you're Israelite. But anyway, give me Isaiah 14. Why am I going to this? It's so-called white man. If your line goes back to the Edomites, do you know anything about Edom or Esau? Yeah. What do you know about Edom or Esau? Well, Esau was brother Esau? Jacob's brother? Jacob's brother. Yeah.
Brother Esau.
Descendants of Jacob.
I think the Jews and then the Arabs were the descendants of Esau.
Are you talking about the white Jews?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, we're the descendants of Jacob. Jacob was a black man. Abraham was black. All right? Isaac, his son, was black. Right? Rebecca was black. So if they were all black, what color did Jacob come out? He would come out as a black man. Right. Now, his brother Esau didn't come out as a black man. He came out as, I'll use this term, an albino. You see a black person that looks like a white person, they call them an albino. But guess what? White people are albinos too. You're an albino, okay?
You're depressing me.
Hey, he said you're depressing me, man. Hey, so the point of me playing that video is that he came across the prophets, man. All right. You know, he came across the prophets. He was introduced to the truth. All these devils know, man. But back to my point is that, you know, we're definitely coming into that famine of the word, man. All right. And this guy, you know, this Edomite, he used to speak a lot of heavy things on that network, man. But in due time, as we see, they got him out of there, man. And eventually they're going to come after us, right? Real quick. That's why we're telling you, let's get the scripture. All right. Go ahead.
Baba Kushab, before we get the scripture, can we revert back to that? Can we go back to the CIA agent?
Khan.
What's his name? McGee?
Got you.
William McGee? Because he highlights that at the latter end. We could just watch the latter end of that.
Got you.
Because he's going to say it.
Got you. Let me pull it up.
We should be good right there.
Okay, Khan.
Relationships that you can have, you know, in any social situation. This relationship demands participation on the part of the press, though, does it not? Of course. Well, how does it participate? It can participate in many ways. It can publish articles that the agency wants published. knowingly publish it because the CIA wants it done, or not knowing? Well, both. So unknowingly, most of the time, I would guess. And sometimes the information is passed to a reporter as valid information, a good scoop, if you will, when it's just planted propaganda. So the agency uses the press in numerous ways to achieve its what I call illusion building properties.
Yep.
When you were
And Salakia, his name is Ralph McGee. But you know, that ties in, you know, with you know, this exodus of, I guess you could say, quote unquote, truthers that work in these various media companies, man. You know, it's being targeted. You know, any element of opposition to the status quo that these agents, these federal agents want pushed out for the interest of Babylon, is being moved out the way. And ultimately, you know, what is the, as the elder said, the truth is really coming from the prophets, man. You know, so we are the biggest enemy and threat to the state, man.
That's right. That's right. I'll play a little bit more and grab some scripts. You had anything, Quanawaf?
Just real quick. It's
Go ahead.
Isaiah 29 and verse 21. That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. You know, we're seeing the foundation being laid for them to come against the prophets, man. You know, they're not really concerned with Tucker Carlson or Don Lemon, right? They're concerned with the truth being out there, but they want to set the table for anybody who speaks against their agenda. You know, that they're going to face repercussions, man. You know, so they're going to put that fear into the rest of these so-called news anchors, man. They're going to put that out there so that nobody else will come up against them.
That's right. Let's finish a little bit more. I'm just going to play a couple more seconds of it.
When is this going to happen? Very soon. It's happening now. As it talks.
Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, they will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Because the first thing that you mentioned when I asked you your nationality, your religious, you said Christian. Right. And I said, what does the word Christian mean? You said follow Christ. So you're here in the book of Acts 11 and 26. I'm going to show you a true Christian.
Acts chapter 11 verse 26.
We'll leave it there. You know, you can watch the rest on your own. All right, but let's get back to the famine of the word, as the brother was saying. All right. There's Isaiah chapter 55. All right, straight to the point. Isaiah 55 and 6. It says, seek you the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, while he may be found. All right. So that shows you that that the Lord, he's not going to always be around. All right. As we said, he's about to withdraw his spirit. Okay. So this is the time, you Israelites out there that's straddling the fence, that's playing around, to stop playing around. All right. Seek you the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, while he may be found. All right. And that's really through his prophets. All right. It says, call ye upon him while he is near. Verse 7, let the wicked forsake his way. All right. The wicked, speaking the wicked of our people, you Israelites. All right. Repent and turn back to the Father through Yahweh Shai, man. It says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. You see that? So we're fighting for the Lord's mercy, man, because at the end, you know, we're asking for the covering, all right, that hedge, to receive of that hedge in a time of trouble. Okay. Scripture said that the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is a strong tower, and the righteous runneth into it and are safe. Okay. Right. So we're going to need that covering. Absolutely. Right. There's Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. It says, remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth. All right. We speaking about right now. Okay. In the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, man. So we're telling our people to seek out Yahweh Shema Shai before the evil days come. All right. Because that period of grace that we're involved in, that we're under right now, is about to go away. All right. And then there's going to be straightforward judgment. Okay, so we want to be on the good side of Yahweh Shema Shai when this thing fully turns over. All right. This is Amos. Brothers got anything, just chime in. This is Amos chapter 8 and 11, and it reads, it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shema Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. This is what's happening. All right. There's going to be a famine of hearing the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, the truth, coming forth his true prophets. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, and shall not find it. All right. Because the Lord is about to take away his spirit. He's about to remove the prophets out there from the highways and hedges. You see, you brothers got it. Whatever you want to chime in with.
Yep. You go ahead, Quantum, if you got some.
No contact. Just laying back off what you were saying, Jaquan. You know, the time of grace is dwindling. You know, we don't have that much longer, right? So this is Ephesians 5:16 in the NLT. It reads, "Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days." Right. So every chance you got, you know, the number of opportunities you get are growing less and less. You know, with every passing day. So you got to make the most of the time that you have, the grace you've been afforded, you know, to get on the good side of your Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, to earn that hedge of protection, because these days are about to be, you know, exceedingly evil, man. You know, like we can't even fathom the amount of evils that are going to be taking place in the land. So we need to do everything we can, like it said, make the most of every opportunity, man. You know, in these times that we're about to come into.
That's right. What you had, Atazwan?
God, just to add to, you know, the famine of the word, Ezekiel 3:26, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb and shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. You know, as the elder has said, you know, you're supposed to be seeking after the men of the Lord that the Lord has placed out here to bring out his truth, to bring out the word. And then you trying to seek after the world, and you're consumed in folly and madness, and you misuse your opportunity of grace. When all hell breaks loose, and you may find one of us, the Lord is going to have it to where our tongue is literally going to cleave to our mouth. We're not going to speak anything to niggas, man.
Right.
You know? We're going to try and think about it, and we're just going to be like, it's just drawing blanks.
Right.
You know? Because you misused your opportunity of grace, man.
Yep. You didn't seek the Lord. You didn't seek the Lord before those evil days came. And let's get into that real quick. All right. Dealing with the financial realm, the financial perspective, right? All right. So the brother Itazawam has sent this in the chat the other day. This was pretty heavy. All right. And somebody hold Revelation 6. All right. But we'll start at 5. But I'm gonna read this real quick. So this was in the news April 20th. All right, about 5-6 days ago. All right, it says you can speak on this, brother. So it says new bipartisan bill will let the U.S. Mint alter the metal content of coins to save money. Man, right? Rome all over again, right?
Yep. And a bipartisan bill is an agreement between both parties. So both of them is with it. There's no opposition.
It says here what you have highlighted at the bottom point here. It says a new report from the U.S. Mint revealed that in 2022, cost for raw metals drove the price of minting a single nickel past 10 cents, or more than double the value of the coin itself. All right. So what happened in Rome? All right. They devalued their currency, their money, by mixing it with inferior metals. All right, which made the money what? Worthless. All right. Going back to what? The denarion losing value, right? Let's pull that up, Ak.
Okay.
You know, same thing. Come on, man. This is the spirit, man. Rome 2.0. Because what happened to Rome? They devalued their currency. It's the same thing that happened with America. Once they took away the gold standard, what was that? 1971?
1974.
1974. Yeah. Right? So since then, there's no backing of gold and silver behind the money. It's just useless money, man. Right? So go ahead. Let's make that point.
Shalakia, I misspoke. You had 1971, America dropped the gold standard, which is referred to as,
No, go ahead, Salakia.
Which is referenced as Nixon shock. And then later on in 1974, they established a deal with Saudi Arabia for all oil to be traded in the U.S. dollars, which is how you had established the petrodollar.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So let's get that in Revelation 6 and 5 and 6 real quick. Whoever want to read that.
Okay. It's Revelation chapter 6 and verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
Right. So the black horse going into what? The times of evil, death, all right, famine and mourning. Okay. That's that black horse. And it said, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. That word balances going back into the word zygos, right? All right, let's pull that up. Balances. All right, that word balances is zygos. All right, meaning yoke, used of any burden or bondage as that of slavery. All right, going back to how the Israelites went into captivity. Okay, read on out.
Revelation 6 and 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine."
Right. So a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of wheat, 3 measures of barley for a penny, because this equaled out a day's wages for work. Right. And in the same time as we were reading here in this article, all right, they're pretty much devaluing the money. All right. Same thing that Rome did. All right. They devalued their currency by mixing those weaker metals. All right. The denarion. You see that? So it says a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, also touching on the inflation, right? Shit is high as hell right now. A lot of things that you would normally, back then when you would normally work, you were able to, suffice. But now, because of the inflation and whatnot, everything is more expensive. It's harder to get by.
Exactly.
It says, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine, which also represents this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this truth. All right. Because through all of that, the Lord has still preserved this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this truth, and also the elect. Yep.
You
can add in it out.
Yeah. The currency being devalued, is ultimately going to segue in the collapse of the currency.
Right.
You have de-dollarization going on right now, where a lot of these countries are no longer, trading on the dollar.
Right.
The petrodollar is being, taken out of the way. And now they're going to use these currencies that are being, tossed away to segue into the digital currency, which is going to be used with the charagma, man, the implantable device. Okay.
Got you.
And all of these things are being, used as a catalyst to introduce it, as these devils have their saying, "Ordo ab chaos," order out of chaos. They're trying to bring about this NWO by tearing down the existing order in a chaotic fashion, so that they can reestablish it and have the grounds and reasoning to do so.
I got that article for you too. This is from Zero Hedge. It says there's a growing number of worrying parallels between 1914, 1939, and 2023.
Yep.
All right.
You could jump down to the second paragraph.
Okay, second paragraph. All right, here we go. There's the second paragraph right here. So it says, on the U.S. debt ceiling, Treasury Secretary Yellen said an economic catastrophe will be triggered if a U.S. default occurs.
Mm-hmm.
Some external modeling shows unemployment could leap past 2008 highs. GDP dropped 10% and inflation returned to over 10%. However, the far, far greater likelihood is that everyone knows that, and after much huffing and puffing, enough Republicans back a Democrat measure to kick the can down the road.
Right, which just happened today. You just had them go ahead and pass the bill to extend the debt ceiling, to push the limit up. I think it was about 1 trillion, 1.5 trillion,
Con.
you know. But inevitably, this thick clay, as the scriptures tell us in Habakkuk 2 and 6, you know, this thick clay it's laden on them, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's inescapable. Okay. How can you have a debt system and expect the system to continue on?
Right.
You know, it's irrational. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. A system based off debt and usury will not survive, you know.
Yep.
So this is Habakkuk 2 and 6, real quick. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him? Who? Esau. All right. A mockery, if you will. It says, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. See?
Yep. It said, whoa, meaning destruction. You know, this is the fate of America.
Con.
America fits this, right?
Yep.
The word there for thick clay, what's that? What's the Strong's?
The Strong's is it looks like bear with me.
H5671.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We're looking at Salakia. It looks like I ba, bear with me. I ba ta ya. Salakia. I ba ta ba, something like that. Salakia.
It's fine. We got the Strong's H number.
Con.
But it says a weight of pledges, heavy debt. You know,
mm-hmm.
This heavy debt is the foundation of America, and it's choking America out at the same time.
Con.
You know, these people think that they're going to be able to continue on raising the debt limit, not understanding that the dollar is being de-dollarized, man. The only thing that allows America to continue on is because they had the access and means to bully all these different nations in trading in their currency.
Right.
Now you just had China surpass the US dollar, the yuan surpass the US dollar in cross-border trading for China.
Yep.
So the dollar is being de-dollarized at a rapid, fast pace, man.
Con.
Okay.
Con. Beautiful. Yeah, that word was I bayat. All right.
Con.
But going back. All right, I'll read a little bit more. Okay, it says that's not true in terms of the global picture, however, which should worry you far from more as a result.
Mm-hmm.
In 2016's Thin Ice, I stress how the neoliberal global order collapsed twice in 1914 and 1939. That frame remains critical to the big market picture today. In short, there are worrying parallels between the last two episodes in 2023.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right.
And both of these episodes that he calls them, right, took place during what? World War I and World War II.
Exactly.
Okay. So these collapses that are coming, they're all going to be tied into a global war, because you're talking about the global picture, the global order changing. That's why it says the global order collapsed twice. World War I, World War II. Now what do you have? Various nations trying to establish their dominance as the global superpower. A coalition of nations being developed out in BRICS, right? You just had 19 nations just apply to enter into BRICS.
Yep.
Okay. So the world stage is being changed, and it's seeming like America is way in the back, and the world is moving forward without it.
Mm-hmm. And that's heavy that you brought that up, because as those parallels, as we were reading in our article, like you said, it all led to World War I and World War II. And where are we at now? World War III. All right. And that's why segueing into this article. All right. This is from Trending Politics News. It says Russia warns Biden risk of nuclear war steadily increasing. Right. Let me get a scripture on that, man.
Right. Because brothers
So
always say, like, these wars are banker wars. You know? And literally 1914, 1939, those are the exact starting years of World War I and World War II.
Man, that's heavy. All right, this is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 45, and it reads: it says, "My people, go you out of the midst of her, who's her, Babylon, the great America. Go you out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah to point. Unless your heart faint and you fear for the rumor that should be heard in the land, rumors shall both come. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that another Salakia, and after that another year shall come a rumor, and the violence in the land, ruler against ruler." All right. So as we read in this article, all right, the risk of nuclear war is steady increasing. All right. This is the rumor on top of rumors, and to the point where it actually happens. So, like we said, it's not about what if, all right, but when is it going to happen? Right? Let's read a little bit.
God.
Okay. It says Russia has issued a warning to President Joe Biden and the United States, signaling that the risk of nuclear war is steadily increasing, quote unquote, as Ukraine-related tensions between the two nations continue to escalate. This is not going to stop. Okay. The statement comes amid reports that the United States has decided to cease exchanging certain information about its nuclear forces with Russia, following Moscow's refusal to do so as a response to its suspending participation in a New START treaty. All right. Let's jump down a little bit. Excuse me. So it says, and these risks to the deepest regret are steadily growing. All right, because it's the will of Yahweh Shema Shad. It says the start of the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty is a nuclear arms reduction treaty between the United States and Russia. It was signed in April 2010 and entered into force February 2011, replacing the expired START 1 treaty. The treaty limits the number of deployed nuclear warheads each country can have to 1,550 and the number of deployed delivery systems to 700. And you know they're not going to stick to the script, man. They're not going to stick to the they're not going to stick to the agreement, man, as we know. All right. The missiles are going to be, they're going to push the button, man.
Exactly.
All right. The will of the Lord is going to be fulfilled. You see that?
Right.
Man, I got something real quick. All right. Revelation. Did the brother get back on? Let me see if I can pull him back on. He might not got back on. Let me see. Oh, he's on. There you go. Beautiful. Hey, Salakia, we got you back in there, man.
Okay.
Had that brother waiting, man. All right. But yeah, we pray this lesson is edifying for all those that are tuning in. Bear with us, man. We hitting these points, man. Because nobody else is talking about this. Nobody else has the ability to see the things that we see, as we read in Matthew the 13th chapter. All right.
We hold a testimony.
That's it.
Through the grace and will of Yahweh Shema Shai. It tells us in Revelations 19 and 10, right? That the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
That's it. That's all that matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is Revelation. Okay. This is Revelation 11 and 12, in verse 12, and it reads, it says, "And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither." All right. And that's when the elect get beamed up into those chariots for salvation. It says, "And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them."
Mm-hmm.
The point, verse 13. "In the same hour was there a great earthquake." What is that earthquake? The nuclear missiles hitting the earth. And in the 10th part of the city fell, which represents America. All right. It says, and in the earthquake was slain of men 7,000. That number 7 represents completion. So it's going to be a complete destruction. It says, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. All right, because they were saved from that destruction. The point, verse 11. Verse 14, Revelation 11 and 14. It says, the second woe was past, right? World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Boom. All right. So this is where we at. All right. Societal collapse. All right. Economic destruction. Okay. A time of trouble, great evils, World War III. All on deck, man. Right. This is why we said it's just a matter of time. The CBDCs are here. What you had the Edomite reveal it that it's going to be what a actual digital device that's going to be implanted under the skin. All right. All these things are here. You know. So keep your eyes open. You know, you got it out.
God. Hey, Zaquan, could we touch on that a little bit more? The Fed now?
What was that again?
The Fed now?
Yeah. Let's pull that up.
God.
You had something for me to pull up?
I could share a video. Let me see.
Okay, yeah, if you can. Pull it up.
See if I can find this right quick. Because you have, like the elder said, you know, with these CBDCs, they're going to utilize this biometric technology to pretty much bottleneck these people into submitting the MOTB.
Right.
You know, to have full access and control over all that you do. You know, this is the goal of these Edomites, these elites. You know, let me see if I can pull this right quick. Salakia.
And I got something pulled up in the screen now. Bear with me. There was something.
I got it right here, Zaquan.
You got it? All right, cool.
Yeah. Let me share my screen right quick.
Got you. Let me All right, you got it, brother.
Because this dude, he breaks it down. He breaks it down pretty well.
Beautiful.
Let me see. Yeah, why do you not playing?
Zelle, PayPal, and Cash App because FedNow is coming and you don't have a choice. FedNow is a payment service by the government coming out in July that your bank will have to sign up for, which is the first step to make the dollar digital. Now, how does this work? Well, if you buy something on Amazon, your money won't go directly to Amazon anymore. It will first go to the Fed's account and then go to Amazon. This means the government will know everything you use your money for, and if they want to, they can reject any purchase you make, take money out whenever, and decide what you can and can't spend your money on. Yes, it will be faster for payments to settle, easier to get stimulus, and lowers costs that you have to pay to your banks, but your privacy is gone. So is it truly worth it? And guess what? You don't even have a choice to participate or not. Our banks are the ones who will decide for us, so follow me to stay tuned on the final details before it actually comes out.
Man.
Yeah.
That's heavy. Right?
All these banks, all these major banks. Total control, man. Because you think about it, the people, most people, they bank with the same individuals. JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Goldman, Bancorp, you know.
Right.
These major banks, these institutions, you know, a lot of people are, you know, they go to these individuals, man. You know, and it's going to knock out, like as we saw with SVB, these small banks, they're going to be out the way, man. You know, all that's going to remain are the titans of the banking industry. And they're all going to cause these people to go ahead and go with it. Because a lot of these people, they're not going to rebel against that. You know, they're going to see it as a way that's beneficial to them. Oh, I could get my stimulus better. I could get my refund check instantly. You know, a bunch of madness, man. Not knowing that this is going to be used as a catalyst to forward and integrate you into the Karagmo when the time comes, man.
Yep. A full-blown digital slavery. All right. Which the people are going to be willing to be a part of. All right. It tells you that Revelation 13 and 8 that all that weren't written in the book of life, they were going to worship the beast. All right, they were going to take part of this man's enterprise, his system. All right, so this is where we're headed at. You know, you had something, Corner?
Khan, just land backing off what you brothers were mentioning, going into the fall of the financial system. It's an article from Egon von Gritz. It says a $2.5 quadrillion disaster is waiting to happen. It says, just jumping to the point, it says we're talking about 300 trillion on top of 200 quadrillion, coupled with a couple $100 trillion of unfunded liabilities. So with the global GDP of 80 trillion, there's a disaster waiting to happen, especially because all this created money has no value whatsoever. It says, I knew this would collapse, and it has taken longer than I expected, but I think we're at the end of a major era. These derivatives, at some point in the coming few years, will actually turn into debt. Central banks will have to cover all the outstanding liabilities of the commercial banks, as we're seeing now with Credit Suisse and the Bank of England. To the point, the brother Tajwan went into, these central bank digital currencies, that all that debt is what's going to be transferred into that, man. So all the debt that these people have out here in the world is going to be transferred into the governmental control instead of the public center.
Right. One man's debt is another man's assets, man. Right. It gives you control over that person.
Man, that's heavy.
That's what these devils want, man. They want you to be debt slaves forever.
That's it.
And they're gonna take it as far as to put that digital all inside of you and completely get you to be subjected to them.
That's it. That's it. I'm gonna finish it out with this. Hey, that's a good point to wrap it up on. Let's just wrap it up with this video clip, and that'll be it. All right. Yeah. It's all coming down to this point. All right. So bear with me. Let me share the screen again. I don't know why it keeps closing, but it's all good. All right, pull that back up, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, so this is like we said, it's just a matter of time. The crash of physical cash is imminent.
The nature of this CBDC, what is it actually going to look like? They never talk about that. But I heard one European central banker tell me what it's going to look like. He saw it. He was invited to one of the old central banks in Europe that are very much promoting this. And they showed him. He's a top, executive director of another central bank in Europe. And there's no reason to believe that he was telling me a story. And he was around this large and would be implanted under your skin. So that is the plan. And of course, that has other implications on top of what we've mentioned, on top of the control aspects, because that actually enters your body, in my view, violates human dignity, and can be then used for even in terms of functionality beyond the monetary and economic transaction purposes. So highly dangerous and definitely something we have to oppose. And so
see that? So it's going to go beyond economic purposes, man. It's going to be full control over your well-being, man. Right? That's where it's all leading to, man. All right. Your brothers got anything else?
That's it.
No, that's it.
So yeah, man, that's pretty much the point. All right. We're gonna leave it right there, man. We pray that all that was tuning in were edified. These are the times we in. All right. News and prophecy, destruction cometh. They shall seek peace, but there will be none, man. All right. Keep your eyes open. All right. Once again, it's not a matter of if, but when it's actually going to happen, man. All right. And these things are coming. All right. A transition of how we buy and sell, a new way of buying and selling. All right. The times of great evil, all these things are sanctioned to come upon Babylon the Great, which is America, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it, man. So, your brothers got anything else? We can wrap it.
No, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, hey, we pray that this lesson was edifying. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom.
All right. Shalom to the next one.